What's going on, y'all? This is Tahj Mowry, and you checking out my boy David Duane.
Hey everybody, Fair, what's going on? Jasmine. First of all, I want to move myself just a little bit. How we doing on this good Monday? Happy Monday. Listen, this is going to be a special IG Live interview because we're going to be catching up with our boy Tahj Mowry, who is not only just an actor, but he's a dancer. He is a recording artist. He is the whole 9 yard. What's up, Charles? Donnie, what's going on? I want to make sure that we had our boy come back because the brand new movie, Welcome Matt, comes out this Friday, but you guys can pre-order that new movie on iTunes. I'm so excited. I literally just talked to Tahj a second ago, but we're going to still keep the excitement there and everything else. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, drop them down below in the comments. I am looking forward to this amazing convo because it's going to be a convo and stuff like that. So yes, he's got the brand new project, Welcome Matt, where he plays Matt, and we're going to talk about his character with that. There is a Smart Guy reboot that is in the works, so we got to talk about that. And then Black Don't Crack as well too, which is a brand new series. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to be in for a treat. And Tahj just had a birthday too, so it feels good to be catching up with my fellow Taurus brother as well. Tahj,
We in here. We in here. All right. You saw my face. I was like,
right. You were like, wait a minute, did we get it?
I just did another live, and my internet was like, I was like, all right, man, let me get. I'm over here showing my age.
Look, Tahj, I'm up there. I'm still climbing up the ladder, but we close.
We in here though. We in here.
We in here, and I was just telling everybody that you got a lot of amazing projects, and we've done interviews before, so it's really good to catch up with you, especially in this new season and new. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you, my brother.
Thank you. Good to see you as well.
It is. I know this quarantine has been filled with nothing but spending time with family, mental health, working on music, Zoom auditions, and table reads and everything. When you think about just the mental state that you are in and how everything has just been going, how have you been able to just keep yourself sane, but then also focus on these projects as well?
Yeah, I think the main thing is definitely my faith. Like, without a doubt, faith to me is hope. And without that, I can't be right. You know what I'm saying? So that first and foremost. And I think I used the quarantine time as a chance to reset and regroup and just to get situated. I think, especially in Los Angeles and big cities, you're just on the go all the time. And you forget to focus on self. You forget to focus on family and what's important, mental state, self growth. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the silver linings that, this pandemic gave us. And I think if the people who were willing to see that and recognize that, they're going to come out the other side 10 times better than how they entered. But like you mentioned, family time was, because we don't get to see everyone's so busy. Like, we don't get to see each other like that. But when COVID hit, it was like, oh, yo, what's up, Tia? I'm on the way again. Like, I was just there last week, I'm coming over. So it's like, it was so, and Tamara lives like 6 hours away up north. So but I still got to see her and the family as well. So it was just like, Tia lived down the street, so I'm always over there. But like
what up, sis?
Yeah, so it was just that to me was the most beautiful thing about it, getting to see my nieces, my nephews, my god kids, so that was beautiful to me.
That's absolutely beautiful. And even with like your brother being in Nashville too, like you guys spend time, so you guys make it an effort to really keep that family dynamic together.
Yeah, and we have our FaceTime. I posted a picture of one of our FaceTimes, but we call it sibling love, and we get on the little four-way on the FaceTime, and we just chat it up. And Tavier actually came, he's been out I think he came out like a few times. So I've got to see him on FaceTime and in person. So it was just, I realize how blessed I am to have family that's close, and a close-knit family that's, most of them live in California. I know, I don't take it for granted, and that to me was just the icing on the cake to be able to spend more time with everybody.
Absolutely. And the one thing about your family is you guys have always been about spending time and keeping each other strong,
Yes.
going through the industry. And so I think you've been in this industry for years. First of all, congratulations on still hanging in there strong, still
Yeah.
glowing at your age like that. How does it feel to have been in the industry as long as you have and still keeping it going? Because there's a lot of people that honestly don't last as long as you and your sisters have lasted.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I think, wow, I think it's, well, first of all, doing what you love, right? I love what I do. I love the creative outlets that I'm blessed to be able to have. And I think it's, for me personally, it's drive, right? Like, even though I've been in this industry for pretty much my whole life, which is very weird to say,
Right.
um, I still have so many things that I haven't accomplished yet that I'm looking to do. So I think that I always try to challenge myself in that way, and not, get, anytime I'm feeling bored or like not challenged, that's when okay, what else can I do? What else? What's the next move? And I think that's
Exactly.
what keeps me going. And the fans too, man. And I say the word fan lightly, but it's just what they tell me, that the projects that I do give them is just, that's why I do what I do. And to see, just from the clip that I posted of this film, to see the effect that it's having on people, it was bringing me to tears last week, because I was just like, oh
Yes.
my gosh, like, this is crazy. People telling me they struggle with mental health and anxiety, and wow, that's what I look like when I have a panic attack. Like, it's just like, whoa. And I knew the film would help people, but I didn't know it would affect them so quickly, I guess,
Right,
before the
yeah,
movie's
because it
even
starts to
out.
hit close to home, especially within
Yeah.
the Black community as well.
And that's the main thing, because it's people telling me, wow, I feel seen. Somebody looks like me who's going through a mental health issue. Wow. Like, and we don't see that in film. We don't see it.
No.
And I think that's why this movie is going to be so special. And I think everyone will be able to relate to it in some way. But I think it's going to really hit home for our community, because we struggle with these things too,
Oh my
and
gosh,
even
every
though
day.
it has to be shown. And I think this is the start of that, and making it okay. I had someone reach out to me. I can't remember if it was a direct message or a comment, but he was saying that he was scared to go see a therapist, but him watching that clip, gave him the courage to maybe want to do it
Hmm.
now. And I'm just like, bruh, my job is done. Like, I don't need anything else.
Right.
So that's what's
Because
so
as
cool to
Black
me.
men, we need to be comfortable with doing that because it was frowned upon before we got into these times, and I call it a shandemic, and you can figure out
Yeah.
what shandemic means. But before we got into the shandemic, my whole thing was like, look, you gotta talk to people. You can't be afraid. You gotta talk to your close friends, even if your close friends aren't and your family aren't listening.
Yeah,
Go seek help because our mental is so important at this
it's
time,
so
especially with it
important.
being Mental Health Month, guys. Just in case y'all didn't know, it's Mental Health Month, so please focus in on your mental.
Yeah, and I think that's, again, I'm a firm believer in timing, and the fact that this movie is like, this wasn't planned for the movie to come out during Mental Health Month, and I just know it was nothing but God, because like,
Yeah, absolutely.
that in itself is crazy to me. But like you said, I think communication is the biggest thing. I think that should be the first step in trying to relieve your mental health issues, because we keep everything bottled up, right? And until
Right.
you speak about it, and again, that doesn't mean you have to pay top dollar to go see a therapist right off the bat. You could talk to a friend, you could talk to your family, find someone who will listen, even if they're just listening, even if they don't even say anything back. I think letting out those feelings is what's important, because if you don't, they're just going to bottle up, and it's just going to become worse and worse and worse. And I think the stigma needs to, be broken. Like,
Yeah,
it's okay to
it's
want to talk
okay.
to someone. It's okay. We're human beings. We can't handle everything on our
Hmm.
own. That's not what it's about.
And not only that, but now it's acceptable to take mental health days when it comes to in the workplace. We're
Yeah,
seeing a
yeah,
whole different change. I think
yeah,
that is the beautiful part to the whole thing. Is now it's like, look, I need that moment. Because
yeah.
before now it's like, oh, you can't take off, we don't care. Now people are like, are you okay,
Yeah,
sis? You okay,
right,
girl? What's going
right.
on?
And it's like, it's so simple because it's like, if your mental isn't right, how can you be expected to do anything else properly?
Absolutely.
You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind has to be right. You got to have the right state, right frame of mind to be able to do anything. So the changes that we are seeing are incredible, and I think they're just going to continue to, get better the more awareness we bring to the topic.
Absolutely. And how important was it for you to even step into the role as Matt and just kind of like reading this script? I know
Oh
we're kind of
man.
lightly talking about it, but how important was that for you?
I think it started to get more important to me as it went on, and even more so now. It was like a gradual realization of like how important this was because again, I am so thankful and honored to be sort of the face of the Black community that's like showing what this is like in film. Because like we
Yes.
said before, it's not regular to see movies like this.
Mm-mm.
And there's so many things that I loved about the script. I loved the fact that it was sophisticatedly written. I loved the fact that it was colorless, even though it was a Black film. You couldn't tell that it was a Black film, and it was just a good script.
Right, because
You
it
know what I
wasn't it
mean?
wasn't in your face like how
No.
some things are starting to see
Yes.
in films nowadays.
Yes, it's like, this is a Black movie, attention, attention. And it's like, no, that's not what this is. This is just a film starring a lot of Black people, which is great, which is awesome. But we're talking about real issues in a very sophisticated way. It's shot beautifully. Um, and the script is hilarious. Like, when I tell you it's funny, it is so funny.
I
But
can't wait to see it on Friday.
I'm hype, you hype. But it's just, I think it's got the perfect blend of comedy and drama, which is what appealed mostly to me about it.
Right.
And then as you're doing it, like, it was therapeutic for me to play the part because I'm real. And I'll never forget, there was a moment on set where one of the crew members, I saw tears well up in her eyes after a scene. And I was like, oh, that's what we're doing that. Okay. And I was, and it gave me some more courage to continue to go there with it. Cause this is a serious subject. So I wanted to tread lightly and I wanted to do it justice and properly. Um, and though the movie's funny, finding the proper balance, of comedy with the seriousness
Yeah.
was my main goal. And I think we've found it. But again, it was mostly already there in the writing. Leon Pierce Jr. is our director and writer, first time director at that. But
Yeah.
he wrote the hell out of this script. It is so beautifully written. And yeah, it means the world to me to be able to play a role like this. And it's funny because I actually have experienced panic attacks in my life. So I already knew how to play it sort of
Right. How to
in a
play it
way.
in.
Right. And how to do it properly, I guess. Granted,
Right.
I've never looked in the mirror as I was having a panic attack, but I know what it feels like to not be
Right.
able to breathe, to have everything falling down at you on once, and then to the point where all you can do is pass out and take a nap because you ain't got no more energy to do nothing else.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Because
I
and
was,
that's a serious moment that happens too when you do panic. Because I've had those moments and still have those moments where I'm like, you know
yes,
what? I'm so exhausted from feeling the way that I feel. Let me take a
yes,
moment and debrief and jump right back
exactly.
to it.
And as we said before, I think the main thing that helps with all this is communication, right? And I think in the film, Matt learns to use the support system that he may not have realized was already around him because he was keeping everything in, but he slowly starts to realize, wait, I have my neighbor, I have my mom, I have my shrink, I have these people around me that I should lean on and not just lean on myself, vegging out. There's a hilarious scene in the film where he's vegging out in front of the television, watching a rom-com, crying to himself while he's eating food. And it's like, man, all you had to do was just invite somebody over to talk about it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
but he slowly learns in the film, and you'll get to see his growth throughout it. But leading up to that, that end moment, there's some rough points that
I
Matt has to
heard.
deal with. Yeah, there's some rough points that he has to deal with, and he goes through a very traumatic experience that we don't know until later in the film. So you understand why he's the way he is, and why he's struggling so bad. But again, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and he finds it. um, you know, but everyone will get to see how that journey comes
Yeah.
about.
And they're so excited in the comments. I'm excited to see it on Friday. And you work with an amazing cast on this film, and then not only that, but in this television series, Black Don't Crack too. I'm
Yeah.
just like, what in the? I'm like, why didn't they write a role for me? I need second season. Somebody call me.
I'll let them know.
Seriously. But how does it feel with, as we segue into talk about Black Don't Crack, but just working with the amazing cast that you're working with both projects? Because I'm like, oh my gosh, all we
Yeah.
need is a few other bit of Black excellence, and we could. But Viola Davis, Estens, like Dion, like what?
Yeah. No, I was so, and still am so thankful, that Dion came on board, because he gave something in this film that nobody else could have given. And filming scenes with him was nothing short of hilarious and amazing. And he's a genius at what he does, man. And seeing him again, I feel like it's something that people will get to see with me in this film is something different, right? It's like, yes, it's comical, but there's drama attached to it. And seeing Dion in that environment is also very appealing, because
Yes, because we love him in that light.
yeah, and I think some of my favorite comedians, some of my favorite movies that they've done are their serious roles. Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy. These people shine so brightly in their dramatic roles, just as much, if not more, than in their comedic roles. So I was happy to take on a project like this, and I know Dion was as well. But so thankful that he decided to do this movie with me, and people are really gonna love him. He plays my crazy neighbor, so
That's going to
that
be
that that
interesting.
may or that may or may not smoke a little too much weed. So the comedy he brings, man, oh my gosh. But yeah, and then leading into Black Don't Crack. I mean, seeing Viola Davis, seeing her anytime is like, I make a joke that say she could read the dictionary and win an Academy Award for
Oh
it.
my
But like,
gosh, yes.
she's so incredibly talented and such a amazing spirit, and she's beautiful, and seeing her on set was just like, where am I right now? Like, this is
And then Tisha's a part of it too. Like what?
I was just
Oh my gosh.
in my last interview, I was gassing Tisha Campbell up, because she's so professional and such a genius. Watching her work was amazing. And she's over here telling me the same thing. Like, and I'm like, no, this is about you right now. You are amazing. And she's just so sweet and so amazing. The whole cast, Sherry Shepherd and Essence, of course, Isaiah Mustafa, Beth Grant, everyone is incredible. And just so people know, it's currently being shopped to other networks right now. So it could end up in a lot of different places. But
I
I
got
know
my
what.
predictions though.
Okay, I think a lot of people do, but I think
I'm thinking Disney ABC.
it's an ABC signature project. So
Right.
they loved it. And so we're just excited to see where it's gonna land. And I know fans, when given the opportunity to see it, they're gonna just love it so much. Because again, it's something different. It's so funny. I mean, there's sitcoms, and then there's sitcoms, and this is
Exactly.
this is one of those. And the cast itself is just I'm honored to be a part of it. And Regina Hicks, our creator and writer,
Oh
is
yeah,
just
can't forget Regina.
amazing, amazing,
Phenomenal.
amazing, amazing.
And you've had some amazing projects that you've been a part of. Smart Guy for one, Baby Daddy,
Yeah,
Kid Kim Possible. I
yeah.
mean, 17 again. Like, and there's supposed to be you guys are working on the reboot for Smart Guy. What's going on? I'm gagging because I'm excited, but like, holy cow!
Yeah,
I know
no,
you're
it's
excited, but
I,
let's talk about it.
yeah, I'm taking my time with it. I don't want to
Key.
screw it up because fans are no joke. and they, and it means a lot to me, so I want to do it properly. But I will say that, it does have it pretty much has the home that it will land on. And we have a writer, and we have the idea that we pretty much figured out what it would look like. And but everything in timing. And they everybody just has to be patient, right? Like, they just have
Yeah,
to be patient, but I promise you it'll be worth the wait. All quarantine pretty much I was working on,
I bet.
Zoom meetings, phone calls, but again, it's when you're doing a reboot that's not just a one-off like episode, like, oh, a reunion special. It's not a reunion special. Like, I'm creating this so that it can be a show, like a continuation of the show that can
Right
go
where you
on
guys left off.
for seasons. It's not just going to be a one-time deal. So it has to be right. All the pieces have to be right. Everybody has to be available at the proper time. Everybody's doing their own thing, and I can't do the show without everybody. So
Oh yeah, no.
it will be worth the wait. I promise. It just may take a little bit of time, especially with Essence and I doing this show.
Exactly.
But it could be sooner, it could be later, but it will happen, and it will be. I promise you, it'll be great. And I'm very I believe strongly in the fresh take that I sort of pitched to everybody that they love, and so not the cast, but to the big wigs. You know what
You're
I'm
right. The big
saying?
guys,
So,
the ones that are making it where the money resides.
yeah, and they vibing. So they vibe. So we all vibing. But again, good things take time. So just
and that's
patient.
and I'm
Have
so
patience
glad
with me.
and I'm so glad that you mentioned that because greatness takes time. It doesn't happen as quick as people expect it. And
Yes.
one thing that you have always taken your time on is with your music. We love your music.
Oh,
When
thank you,
can we
man.
expect new music? Because the last project we
Oh,
got was
jeez.
2015. I'm waiting. I'm like, damn, Tahj,
You
I need the full
honestly,
shebang.
you guys are gonna have to wait. I don't know. I'm not in the studio right now. I'm the type of guy that, like, I have to be 100% fully invested and passionate about something to, like, do it. And
Yes.
my brother, he's killing the music game right now. Like, his project is going to be coming out later this year.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm kind I'm I'm
he's been
kind of
doing great.
letting I'm kind of
Uh-huh.
letting him take the reins on the music world. Not to say I'll never come back to it, but as of right now, I'm focused in other avenues. And I'm excited to, like, last year I told myself it was that I really wanted to sort of stretch my wings and go in the areas that I haven't been before. So you're going to
Right.
see a lot of that. One being this film, because people have never seen me in this light before. So there's going to be a lot of different things that people will see me doing. Some behind the scenes stuff as well. So I'm excited, for the future, but never say never to music. But for right now,
Right.
it's not my main focus.
Absolutely. And I understand that. And shout outs to
Yeah.
Josh McBride that's saying, calling us legends. And
Hey.
he's obsessed with us both. He's so amazing.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Josh is so amazing. What's up, Chelsea? So have you been with music, have you been writing though? Like just kind of getting some of your thoughts out though?
No, I actually, because again, I'm a very creative person. So I basically switched that into film. So I actually
Okay.
wrote a screenplay that I
Ooh.
yeah that I'm that we're gearing up to go into production on that this summer,
Nice.
and I'll be directing that.
Congrats.
Yeah, so
How does
I'm
that feel switching, like really pushing a different narrative within that film space? Because this is something that you've always wanted to do.
yeah, I've wanted to direct since I was a kid. I used to make Tavier, my younger brother Tavier, do little short films with me, and he'd be like, "Again, like, do we have to?" And I'm like, "Just stand on your mark and say your line," you know. So this is something that I've always wanted to do, and it's just amazing that the time is now, for one, and then it's something that I wrote. And I co-wrote it with one of my best friends in the entire world. I'm the godfather to his kids, and we went to high school together. And so we wrote this together, and it's a horror movie. And I'm not going to tell you nothing about it because it's, I just want it to be just, I want it to hit, you know what I'm
I,
saying?
look,
So, but
I'm ready.
we're gearing up to go into production for that this summer. So, again, it's something I've always wanted to do. So it seems like a natural next step. Even though it is new, it's something that, like, when I watch films, I'm directing them in my head anyway. So it's like, I know, I know what I want. I know how to do it. And my favorite directors are the ones that were actors, as well. So I can't wait to be able to be that type of director for
Exactly.
my cast, whoever that is.
Because I was going to try to figure out another way, but I'm going to say it just how I wanted to say it. It hits differently and it comes out the way it's supposed to when you have had the different roles of experience within
Yes,
your lane. Those
yes,
who don't have that much experience, it's just a little bit different.
yes, and that's why I'm so thankful for, the behind the scenes people with this specific project for believing in that and believing in me, because this is a first time director sort of situation for me. But again, they can be confident in knowing that I've been around it my whole life. So I'll know what I'm doing, so but again, like I said, it's all about these new ventures coming up in the future. And I'm excited. And I just can't wait. A lot of cool things.
Listen, it's a lot of cool things. Congratulations
Thank
again.
you, man.
I want to ask a couple of fan questions because I
Okay.
know that they're in here. Let's see what we got. We got any good things?
I'm not
They're
even going to try to read them because I ain't
they're
got my
saying so.
glasses on.
Pretty much everybody is saying hi and that they love you. That's pretty much what we got in these questions for the most part. But I could not end this interview with asking you our favorite two questions. The first question is, when you think about Prince and Michael Jackson, two
Oh,
people who you and I both absolutely adore and love, they inspire our life and stuff like that. When you think about those two and like the legacy that they have left on this earth and everything that they were in your favorite records from them, what comes to mind?
oh my gosh. That's a loaded. Well, first of all, I think both of them, like, there's very few artists that invoke like a feeling when you think of them. And I know music itself, good songs, all good songs invoke and bring feeling, but very few artists, just when you say their name, it makes you feel something. And those are two of those people, and they're icons. And man, as far as records, oh my gosh. I guess Prince as a whole, just, I mean, probably the Controversy album, but like for Michael, man, I always like, I'll just go, I'm not gonna go with song, I'll just go with
Go
album.
with
So
album.
for
Yeah.
Prince, I'll go with Controversy, but then, oh man, but then even his newer stuff like Black Sweat was fire. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like, it was just like,
that is
that
my
just let
cut.
everybody know, like, he still don't play, like, and then
Gosh, they
for
don't even
Mike,
know about Black Sweat though.
don't know about, people don't know about that. People don't know.
They don't. That's like top four for me.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fire. And then for my favorite Michael album, whew, I really enjoy, I might have to go with Bad, or I know everyone goes with Off the Wall or Thriller, but Bad to me was just like when he sort of switched and he was like,
Yeah.
he really didn't care no more. Like, and so Yeah, I go with Bad. That's probably my favorite album. But I mean, as far as the groove goes, of course, Off the Wall. But like Rock with You, man, I don't.
Mhm.
I
And
can't.
you got a chance to meet them both, right?
I didn't. I met Prince, but I didn't get to meet Michael. But I have a autographed picture from him in my office.
Oh, that's
Um,
dope.
because the video I did, he wasn't in the scenes. So
Okay.
I believe he was like posted just chilling in his trailer. But he did give me an autograph picture, and like I said, I still have it, and it's up in my office. But yeah, Prince, I did get to meet Prince, and I still remember. I'd say I remember the set of the Michael Jackson shoot more than the Prince one. I don't know which one came first, but for some reason, I just remember the Michael Jackson one more vividly. I think it was because they had us like, it was like the biggest soundstage I had ever seen at that time. And it was probably like regular size, but to me, it looked huge. But they had us all in boats in front of the green screen or blue screen, whatever it was. And I just remember being really high up off the ground. So that's probably why I remember that one mostly. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him, but I feel like I did, you
You
know?
did.
Yeah,
You did within spirit because he was
yeah,
there.
yeah. And he wrote my name out. So
Right. So he knows about you. I mean,
yeah, so
Tahj,
yeah.
you've done so much. Everybody knows about you. They don't. Even the fact that like younger kids are discovering you. How does that feel? Like that's oh my
That's
gosh.
that's probably the craziest thing because and I feel very blessed to have been a part of things that sort of last the test of time, which is kind of how I view anything that I do now. Like, I'm like, okay, can this last? Like, do I see longevity in this? Like, if not, like maybe it's not something I should do. So I'm so thankful that the things that I've done are available to watch on streaming services now. So like the original fans kids can now watch it. And I guess the craziest thing is like when parents introduce me to their kids or they like show them what I look like now. If they were watching like Full House or something, they get real confused because they're like, wait, I was just
Right.
watching him today, but he's not like that no more. He's
Like he's
older.
bigger.
Yeah. So that's funny. But yeah, it's just cool to know that like generation after generation can enjoy the work that I've done. And it's just a testament to the writers and the creators of the shows that they wrote classic things.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm so proud of in my career that I've been able to do things that, last and things that can be enjoyed from generation to generation. I think that's the coolest. I think it's the coolest thing ever. To say it is even weird.
No, it's nothing but God.
Yeah,
It
it's
is nothing
nothing
but
but
God.
God.
And even somebody said in the comments like the legacy that you and your family have, that
Yeah.
longevity is incredible. Even like just your longevity in itself is so
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, that I think thank you and I think that's my main goal in this industry anyway. It's never been to be the biggest star in the world or the actor with the longest resume. It's not about that for me. It's A, how is my work affecting people, and B, how long is it lasting, and if it's still lasting now. And I feel like I've done that thus far. And like I said, that's my main goal going into any other project is like, okay, I feel like this can be what the others were.
Yeah.
And, if I don't feel that, then maybe it's not the one for me. But I also know that, all the things that God has blessed me with are from Him. And I know that they're going
Absolutely.
to work because and, that's what I say to every new actor. What's for you is for you. So, because, everybody knows you go on auditions, you get close to some of them, then you don't get them, but it wasn't for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
And that's
so,
okay. You just
and
gotta
that's
know. You just gotta
okay.
know that that's not for you. Get up, try
Exactly.
again,
Yes.
and
And
something
so,
is there's something out there for everybody. I say.
exactly. And I think in my career, everything that I've done, was for me. And I think that's why they worked the way they did and why they've lasted. So nothing, nothing but a blessing. I am honored to do what I do. I'm honored to affect people in the way that I do. And it's a good feeling.
Absolutely. And when you think about the amazing person that you are, not even just as an actor, an entrepreneur, but a son, a brother, a man, what comes to mind when you think about the things that exemplify you as a person?
Oh my gosh, that might be a question for someone else, but
No, that's a question for you.
no, but like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I just try to live my life like I just try to grow every day. You know what I mean? Like if I try everything I do, is it something that I can grow from? And I don't have any regrets. I don't know. It's hard to say what it's hard to say that about yourself, but I don't know. I just try to love. I try to be as compassionate as I possibly can. Um, I am the person in my family that everyone kind of comes and talks to when they need to, which makes me feel good. So I feel like I'm a good communicator. And I'm compassionate with all sides. So I'm able to like hear everyone out and sort of like feel what they're feeling and speak to them in a judgment free bubble, which I think is a gift that I have. So yeah, I mean, I do what I can, man. I just do what I can.
And you do great at it. You
Thank you,
do
man.
great at it. Listen,
Thanks.
everybody's saying it's the communication from me.
Yeah, it's the
What God
the
has for you is for you.
communication.
That's
Yeah.
literally what it's all about. Because a lot of people go through life and they have no idea. Like, you have to stay in your lane. I tell people, don't stay in your car. Don't go
Yeah,
looking at
yes.
anybody else's car, because you're gonna have some collision going on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. The comparison, I think that's a very good lesson in life, especially now in the age of social media. We can never compare ourselves to anyone. You are you, I am me. What you go through is your journey, what I go through is my journey. And I think, like you said, everybody got to stay in their lane. And you can roll down your window and
Mm-hmm.
give a little shout out,
Right. Say,
but
yo, what's good? How you doing?
don't skirt into another lane. Just stay there.
I love the fact that I say that, because everybody has a clear understanding of that when I say it.
Yeah, yeah.
But Tahj, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank you
catching up
for
with me today.
having
The
me.
fans were loving this. My friend Chelsea,
Thank
she's
you.
laughing at us with LOL.
Thank you guys.
Absolutely. And then they got to check out the film on Friday, which they can pre-order right now on iTunes and select theaters this
Yes,
Friday. Welcome, Matt.
the pre-order is only for iTunes. So some people were confused, like I use Amazon, but you'll be able to buy it on Amazon on Friday. But as far as before Friday, you can only pre-order it on iTunes. But on May 28th, Friday, it'll be in select theaters. Or if you can't find a theater by you that's playing it, you got your couch or your chair, your lazy boy, whatever you want, and just click the on-demand button and purchase this beautiful little film called Welcome Matt that I did. And I guarantee you that you'll enjoy it. And I know that everybody will be able to see a little bit of themselves in Matt. And I think
Yeah.
that's the best part
From
about
the
the movie.
preview, I felt like it.
Yeah, he's
That last
very,
preview that you posted, I felt like
yeah,
that was me in some ways.
yeah. And I think that's why I wanted to post that specific clip, is because a lot of people weren't sure the tone of the film, if it was all funny or if it was all sad. Like, no, they didn't really know. It's kind of been marketed as a comedy, so I wanted to show the other side of it. And yeah, I think especially in this pandemic and in the quarantine that we all had to deal with this past year, I think people will really relate to him like more than they would think.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Let everybody know where they can follow you as far as social media is concerned.
Yeah, I believe it's just Tahj_Mowry across all the platforms. But thank you guys for watching. I love y'all and enjoy Welcome Matt. And just know, if you suffer from any mental health issue, anxiety, depression, I see you, we see you. And it's okay to feel that way, one of my favorite songs is a song called "It's Okay Not to Be Okay,"
Yep.
and
Even that motto in itself is
yes,
a super fact.
yes, and I think people will be pleasantly surprised, touched, shocked by this film, and I'm excited for you all to see it.
I'm excited to see it. Tahj, I'll have to DM you and tell you my thoughts on Friday after I
Yes,
watch it.
please. No, please let me know your thoughts. I encourage everybody here watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know your favorite parts, and let me know how it affected you. I really want to know.
I will. And again, congratulations on everything, Tahj. And it
Thank
was
you.
so good catching up with you. It's been
You
a
as
while.
well. It has. It
But
has.
I'm like, I didn't even think we want to talk as long as we did. But you know what,
Yeah.
though? We was just flowing. And you know what, though?
That's that Taurus brotherhood, man. You
It
know,
is.
come
It
on,
was. And you know
bro.
what? God took over the conversation. He was
He
like, look,
sure
y'all got to
did.
catch up for real.
Hey, he sure did. I asked God this morning, be in these conversations in this press, Junkin.
Okay. He's got, look, I tell everybody every time, he is in every conversation. He's
Always there, man. Always
always
there.
there. But
Good
yeah,
seeing
man,
you, brother.
good seeing you again.
You as well. You as well.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, you
All right.
guys.